You found the STIHL National Championship Air Races presented by Reno-Tahoe.
You have obviously all over the lower 48 states, but mostly up in Alaska where you had people taking hunters or fishermen landing on gravel bars, riverbeds, mountaintops, dirt roads, any place possible that you could land these airplanes is, the primary history of where it came from. As we've gotten more and more affordable aircraft, Kit Foxes and Highlanders and Carbon Cubs, better performance, better avionics, and it's just taken on a wider audience. So you have a lot of people that do this off-airport type of flying, tremendous amount of fun, super safe as far as we're concerned. We do consider it, there's always risks with what we do, but we try to mitigate those risks. We think that we're very proficient in what we do with lots of practice, which makes it safe, and it's pretty exciting for people to watch because we're so close to the crowd.
There's Bruce Graham, one of our fantastic STOL pilots here, a different breed for sure. And we have more STOL racing, Rob, on the schedule today, and hopefully we'll be able to let you see some more of that. All of our racing here is about, of course, the pilot strategies, the pilot skill. It's also about going fast. In this special category, it's just as important how quickly you can stop, which makes it unique among all of our disciplines here.
Absolutely. Tommy, this is the newest class of all the 7 classes flown here at the National Championship Air Races, and you can see on the screen there the pilots are getting back in their aircraft. So we'll see if they're going to fly or if they're taxiing back or what they're going to do. But I see some engines starting in the lineup there. You can see them beginning to fire up. So hopefully we're going to get to see some STOL action here in just a few minutes. And like you said, Tommy, it's all about how fast can you get in the air, get down the 2,000 feet as fast as you can, slow down, stop, turn around.
Come to a full stop. You have to do that or
yeah,
you're DQ'd.
And then turn around and come back and do it again, get back across the start-finish line. And, Tommy, this happens nowhere else on the planet. STOL competitions happen other places, but they aren't this STOL drag competition. It's very unique in the setup here at Reno, and what's really great about it is it's right up close for our fans, right up front, up close and personal. It's an incredible fan favorite, and folks that really like to do that. So I think we're going to go and take a look here, Tommy, at what the course actually looks like and kind of how it flows. The STOL folks are just incredible family group of competitors that you head down the drag course just like we said, come to a full stop, spin around, race back to the starting line. What's really unique, Tommy, you'll see them go fast, and then at the end you'll see the flaps come down. They turn the airplane sideways, trying to get as much drag on that airframe to slow down. And there you see some great footage of the aircraft slowing down and turning around. And it's head-to-head drag racing, bracket-style racing, just like you would have at a car drag race, but it's all airplanes. So you can see 2,000 feet down the course there, Tommy. You can see the great graphic here. There you see them turning the aircraft sideways on the graphic, get across that line, stop. The tail wheel has to come down, come to a stop, then turn around 180 degrees, and then it's accelerate again. And one of the things that's really fun to watch, Tommy, is as they get to that acceleration point, if you can see on the graphic or if you can see on the film when we watch it here in a minute, the flaps come down, they get the power up, tail comes up, flaps come down, the airplane jumps in the air, and then hustle back and come to a stop. First aircraft to come to complete stop, tail wheel down wins.
That's your winner. Yeah, it's fun to watch, and these little planes just a lot of adaptation specifically for this kind of racing too. They do a lot of things to them. Juan Brown, who was our great announcer that we will hear when we actually get some racing started here, was talking about some of those. They even put nitrous in there. They have a trigger, like hair triggers on the flaps. It's amazing to hear them talk about.
Yeah, absolutely, that's true. The group that kind of got this started were known as the Flying Cowboys, and they're still out there. And really, it is kind of just an adaptation of a very creative use of aircraft back in the bush country in Canada and Alaska and stuff like they were saying. But here, the head-to-head bracket racing, you see them lining up here, Tommy. We're going to get to see this happen here in just a few seconds as they go.
How's your temps? You feeling good, Bo? You feeling good?
We're getting ready to start a heat here. This is number 80 Echo in race 3 Lawnmower. Harold Stockman and Lawnmower. William Ellis and Echo just about ready for them to get ramped up and watch the takeoff here. You'll see different strategies at play, depending on the aircraft.
And absolutely, Tommy, you know, we hear it here in the stadium here at Reno. They have Mr. Juan Brown of the Blanca Lorio channel is the announcer, and he is so connected to this STOL group. Let's jump in and listen to Juan call these races.
He's great.
Bo pulling a quick lead out of the whole shot in the Legend Cub against the much lighter weight Hal Stockman, weighing in at just over 600 pounds, and the Rands has 7. Blammo!
That sounded a little funny on the start. Were they doing something with their throttle, you think?
I don't know. Look at that. Perfectly matched at the turnaround. Looks like Bo's got the whole shot in the turnaround.
He sure does, but maybe Hal can get him with his reversible prop, and I'll break him since he's lighter. So here comes Bo with his slip, and Hal won't slip for a little bit longer.
He doesn't get psyched out by that slip. Hal just keeps his eye on the prize and just keeps motoring ahead. And look at that, they touch down about at the same time.
This is gonna be close. We are blocked visually, we can't see.
Scratch lane 2 on the turn. That was tight. Clear to taxi. Next 2, come on out.
Scratch lane 2 on the turn. That'd be Hal, right?
That would be Hal, yes it would be. Well, it was close and he gave him a good run.
This looks like Brian Steck in the Legend Cub in the number 2 lane.
I did.
And Kathy Page in a brand new Carbon Cub FX2 in the number 1 lane.
I'm okay with this race, with the grudge match, but when Kathy, if she gets lined up with the 182, the Super B, or the, what do you call that one?
The big straight tail 182?
The big straight tail 182.
The heifer?
If she beats him, I have to shave my beard. If he beats her, I have to wear this stupid thing another year.
The grudge matching continues.
We go clear down course. Cleared up course. Judges. Kathy, are you ready? Brian, are you ready? On the arm draw. 3, 2, 1, video.
Looks like he got the jump on her.
Yeah. Little hole shot on that brake release. Kathy Page coming in from Tucson, Arizona in her brand new Carbon Cub she calls Lunacy. And you've seen her race before in her Piper Clipper in years past, giving her a lot of great racing experience.
Her last year against Katie Wado was one of the most exciting slow races I've ever seen.
Come on up, Ty Firkin, join Kevin Palmer.
Looks like the Legend Cub has the lead at the turnaround. Hauls it into the air. A little quicker on the acceleration, a little bigger engine with the Titan 370 in the Legend Cup.
And Brian got some extra weight in his tail yesterday, so we'll see how much that's helping him.
Just got the word from the judges, a scratch lane 2 short. He landed short of the line at the turnaround.
Dang it, so close.
Kathy's gonna win it.
I can't see it, but it sounds like Steve Henry from where I'm at.
Lane 2. Taxi, follow Kathy.
Yes, it is. Lane 2, Steve Henry against
You said you wanted 2?
Bruce Graham.
Oh, good. Listen to this Yamaha Apex 300 horsepower turbocharged engine on race 44.
Just such a competitor. Steve Henry.
Morning, Steven.
He's still making changes to the plane because he still wants to go fast.
Roger's gonna give me the countdown. I'm gonna send you, okay? Actually, excuse me. I'm gonna send you 15 seconds. It's gonna be a different arm drop, Steve, because I'm just gonna count 1, 2, 3 for 15 seconds.
So he's going to give Steve a 15-second lead on Bruce Graham in the number 1 lane to make a very interesting finish.
Or
Check
vice
this
versa.
out.
I hope it's Bruce that gets to go first.
That's right.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
They're launching Steve Henry. Bruce is already down here past the steel Reno home pylon, kicking it into a slip. Now watch how quick Steve catches up to him. This is amazing. Chopping the throttle, throwing it in the hard slip, dumping the flaps. Bruce is just getting to a full stop and turning around. You think so? He's going to pass Bruce up right here. Whoosh! Look at that.
That's not fair.
Bruce says that's not fair, man. That race 44 will hit 100 miles an hour before he chops that throttle on this short 2,000-foot course, showing the incredible acceleration of the lightweight Yeehaw 6.
But don't remember, it's not over yet. Anything can happen at that end.
Anybody that races number 44 should get a 50-second head start.
Yeah,
5-0.
you're going to have to increase that penalty. Yeah, you almost had him, Bruce. Brent Womack in the Rans S20 in the number 2 lane. Who's that in the number 1 lane, Josh?
That is Colin Kaniva,
From Lincoln, Nebraska.
our after-hours activity coordinator for STOL Drag.
Calling each other out for another grudge match.
Harry, come on up to Curly.
This should be a good race. They were fairly close last time.
We are cleared down course. Judges are ready. Colin Kniever, are you ready? Brett Romack, are you ready? Keep it safe, boys, on the arm drop. 3, 2, 1, see ya.
Colin in lane 1, Brett in lane 2. Colin really pulling him with that Carbon Cub over the Rans S21.
Lycoming versus Rotax.
Well, this is where the Rotax shines because those little planes can break. Well,
Big
maybe not like
bounce.
that.
Hang on, Riley. 2, 3. Whoa, he keeps it on the track.
I hope he's going to log all of those.
He's fully current and qualified for the next 90 days.
And now he's got the dust to concern with.
Is this a STOL race or a rodeo?
We just about went
What do
to
you
the
guys-
rodeo on that one.
He's got those aluminum spring gear, and that is a perfect name for him.
Yeah, they'll spring you right back into next week if you bounce that thing in. That's why so many of these aircraft have custom suspension to help dampen that rebound. Good landing.
Great safe race. I see
Good running, good running. Clear to
Kevin
taxi.
Palmer
Brent Ball, Colin, good running.
and Ty.
Ty Firkin coming up next in the white Kid Fox. Is he taking the number 2 lane?
Kid Fox to Kid Fox. Now 22 took it last time, so we'll see what they do this time.
Pair of very, very closely matched Kid Foxes.
Harry and Curly,
with the
come on
Rotax
up into
912
position.
engines.
Curly, Harry, follow Curly. Come on up into position.
Now both of these have the bump cowl, and that was something back in the old days that Kid Fox at some point wasn't selling too well, and then they decided, let's make this bump cowl, make it look like a radio. I personally thought it was crazy. They became the #1 selling kit aircraft after that.
Wow.
That was a very good move on their part.
Great marketing.
The lesson here, don't listen to us.
The Red Rocket in the #1 lane, Kevin Palmer, your hometown favorite, based right here at Reno Stead.
And Ty Firkin in the far lane, prop duster. He does that exclusively at night under NVGs, under wires. Watch how stable his wings are.
From Nampa, Idaho, Ty Firkin taking the lead.
So Kevin held it in a little longer.
Will you call our winner so we can hear it? We can't see back here.
Boom. Now who's going to get stopped first?
I would expect Ty.
Oh, hang on. Watch those tails, boys. They've
I'd
got
say
their
they're
fangs
really
out
close.
already. It's early Thursday racing, grudge match racing.
This is great.
Keep it on the mains, boys. Ty pulling a bit of a lead here past the STIHL home pylon.
And then Kevin will hold the throttle in longer in two totally different techniques.
Gonna come drifting on in. Get caught up to him.
Good turns, copy.
Good turns.
Ty got on the ground quite a bit sooner.
Look at that.
Looks like Ty this time.
Good race.
And gentlemen, if I could, important message, a car in the handicap area with the Utah license plate, Golf 181 Romeo Lima. It is a Nissan, and a good volunteer spectator came up to tell us it is running. That car is running. Again, it's a Honda. Correct, it's in the handicap area. It is a Nissan. Utah plate, Golf 181 Romeo Lima. The engine will stop, but you won't like it.
That was the tie. Yeah, that tie one. It was a tie. Hear that tie?
So now we have Dave Curley in the outside lane, number 2,
It looked like it was damn close.
Just Aircraft Highlander. And on the inside lane, we got a Kid Fox
Harry Beaupre, the Spirit of Lewis.
right out of Fallon.
Again, very good, close pairing. Harry pulling the lead.
So Curley is not slipping. Here come the flaps. Wow, not slipping. Curley and him stopped at the same time. I'd say he outbroke him.
That looks neck and neck from here. Harry got a slight lead. Harry and the yellow Kit Fox in the lead, come by the STIHL home pylon.
Let's see if Curley slips this time. Just a little bit.
Interesting. The harder you slip, the quicker you'll slow down, and that's what we're testing, not only your ability to accelerate, but your ability to decelerate. Who stopped first?
I can't see over these planes. What do you guys think? Who took it?
Harry took that one. Good job.
Harry. Thank you.
We'll get us a cherry picker here next year and stand up real high.
Yeah. All right. Looks like Joe Dory and Aaron Greer. Joe Dory on the outside, Aaron Greer the 182 on the inside. And since Joe Dory's is a Frankenstein plane, can you tell me again what it is?
Started out as a Piper Pacer with a tired old 150 horse Lycoming, extended wings, PA-18 tail, big tires, custom gear, and a fairly stock early model straight tail Cessna 182 with some STOL modifications.
And some big tires.
Joe pulling a lead in the Pacer. Aaron popping it up there. Easy, son. Smacking it down the finish, or turnaround line.
So you'll notice that Aaron on the inside lane had a tail strike. He's got a wheel on the inside of that tail, so when it does that, it just keeps rolling.
Ooh, Pacer got him on the turnaround. Great build on that Piper Pacer.
Tuna and Tony, you will follow Jim and Eddie.
Oh, Aaron scratched at the turnaround.
So lane number 1 is out.
Pull up real please.
Looks like Joe's got it.
Scratch lane 1, clear to taxi. Clear to taxi, Joe. Follow Aaron.
Now we have Eddie Sanchez, lane 2. And Tim Schillhorn, lane 1.
More grudge match racing.
So this is a new Carbon Cub head for Tim Schillhorn for this year against the Just Aircraft Highlander with the Edge Performance. They call it a 912 with a big bore.
That was awesome, John.
I don't think there's much left of a 912.
Ready? On the arm drop. 3, 2, 1, see ya.
And you can see all of this online at STOLdrag.com. And if you're interested in STOL drag racing, come on over and run what you brung. We'll get you checked out here at Nevada, and you can come up here and race your airplane too.
That's what's great about this sport is that you don't have to have a special kind of aircraft. You can get some training, come in here and fly. Run what you brung, they say, right?
That's right. They got stopped just about at the same time.
And that right turn is so unusual that
Yeah.
Tim uses that technique.
Tim pulling a narrow lead. Good turns from the judges. Full slip, flaps out, dump the flaps, smash it onto the finish line,
I'm calling.
screeching to a full stop.
Great racing, Tim by a hair. I'll give you a half second, Tim. That was a great race. Clear to
Tim by
taxi,
a hair.
boys.
Now that run was about 1 minute and 4 seconds.
Clear
I'm
to
gonna be a little
taxi,
off.
clear to taxi. Great job. That was a great race.
And these races are won and lost in
Half
fractions of a
second.
second.
I believe this race coming
John
up,
Hockala
everybody's at a
pulling up
garage,
in lane 1
and we'll just see what we can get
against
for another
Tony
10, 12 minutes, I think.
Sanchez. Last round, I think Hockala pulled ahead. But then Tony caught up at the end.
Sounds like he's talking underwater.
Clear on course. Here we go. Judges. Tuner, are you ready? Tony, are you ready? Let's be safe, boys. Here we go on the arm drop. 3, 2, 1. See ya.
Blasting off like a herd of turtles.
That's a great description.
The Xena Super STOL pulling the whole shot. But watch how quick Tony can get this Super STOL stopped and turn around here at the turnaround point. Well, Hockala's doing good too.
John was on the ground so much sooner, it allowed him to brake for so much longer.
But look at him now, they're turning around just neck and neck. John's gonna get a little better acceleration on that Xena and get the whole shot out of the turnaround.
John is looking really good this run.
Good turns from the judges.
Good race.
I don't know if that flight suit that Tony's sister-in-law got him is constricting him too much, that he's having trouble communicating and thinking and functioning.
Yeah. That's a smaller suit.
That's right.
Who got stopped first down there?
That's a close one. I'd have to go to video on that one. Great race, boys. Clear to taxi. Great race. We'll watch a video and call winner on that one. Great race.
Wow, even despite the big lead over here, the race was too close to call.
All right, here's a winner for the T6 raffle coming up today, weather permitting. First winner, Carl Hicks, H-I-C-K-S. Carl doesn't show up. Then it goes to Daniel, O-V-A-T-R-O, I believe. It's somebody else's handwriting. Daniel, O-V-A-T-R-O, or that variation does not show up. Either a J, H-A-N, or John, J-H-A-N. One name or two names, I'm not sure. We'll repeat that. Let's go back to the break.
Get your T6 ride. Steve Henry, number 1 lane. Bo Ellis, number 2 lane. Legend Cub versus Rans S7.
Hal Stockman in that number 1 lane is not slipping too hard, but also not using flaps. He's relying on that reversible prop he has from Duke Propellers, I believe.
Allowing him to come in to the start-finish line a little faster. Look at that, just neck and neck. Good grudge match racing, well paired.
Though these shields on the wing struts of Bo's airplane in lane 2 are there to create more drag in the slip, for those of you who see that, those black squares on the side, just for air braking.
Like an old Dauntless dive bomber. Only different.
I think Bo got that.
Got to give that one to Bo by a hair. I think you would have got him, Hal, without that little bounce there. Great, clear to taxi. Great job.
Bo by a hair. They got to get that tail all the way down and stop bouncing for the full stop. Is that Brian Steck in the number 1 lane?
Kathy Page in lane 2.
Gang, just take our time. Keep it slow and steady. We're doing real nice. Clear down course, up course. Brian, are you ready? Kathy, are you ready? Clear on drop. 3, 2, 1, be up.
Now, did they just have the grudge match last time with those two together?
I believe so.
So Kathy had him in front of her, and she still pulled power first. That takes some guts.
Smashing it in there. Nice bounce. 2,
He
3
used
landings.
every inch of that suspension.
Got 4 minutes. I'm going to get one more race.
We'll have to see if that was a complete stop. That landing got him so shook up.
We'll do Kneva, Bruce are in line.
Brian scratching, lane 1.
Just as I suspected, lane 1, Brian in the blue Legend Cup scratch, probably an incomplete stop. Good flying Kathy.
Coming out next to.
On the mark.
Scratch lane 1. Great race, gang. Good job. Scratch lane 1. Go ahead and taxi.
Looks like
in.
Bruce Graham is
This will be our
taxiing out to
last
lane
race, gang, then
2.
We're going to the pits. Everybody can pull up. Kevin
And
Palmer.
Colin Kneva to
Wait
lane
for
1.
these two to clear to taxi. Clear to taxi, Kathy. Clear to taxi.
Colin Kneva on the inside lane, the star of the Carbon TV show Old Green Plane, where they fly a 182 all over the country and meet all kinds of different people. People in aviation, out of aviation.
Once Kathy clears, just come on up, tighten our conga up. This will be our last race.
In his scooters,
Bruce, I'm going to give you a 5-second
coffee,
head start.
Carbon Cub.
We're clear on the course. Bruce, are you ready?
Colin also has Web Eye Care sponsor.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go, Colin.
Little handicap there on Colin. 5 seconds. Let's see how this plays out. Bruce Graham and his new Carbon Cub.
Keep it safe, gang. Last race. This is our last race. Great job, everybody. So far, so good. Let's keep it
Bruce is
safe.
down, and Colin is right behind him. Bruce gets turned around first with that lead, but here's where the 5 seconds is going to pay off.
Let's see if that dedication, concentration of climbing Mount Everest comes in to help Bruce Graham on the outside.
He's still got a good lead. Good turns, good race. Collins sliding in, a little bit ahead.
I think it's Bruce.
Bruce Graham by hair, cleared a taxi. That was a great race, gang. Great race.
He finally won one.
Colin, when you clear, you can make your left turn, I believe. You questioned that yourself.
So we're going to be doing double elimination bracket racing throughout the weekend to determine our STOL drag champion by Sunday, if not sooner. And we're going to be racing for a $30,000 purse here in STOL drag. And it takes a lot of sponsors to help make this happen. Some of the sponsors for STOL drag racing include AOPA, Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association. Cub Crafters out of Yakima, Washington. Go up there and get you a STOL drag ready airplane, a brand new Carbon Cub. Airframes Alaska, who are here this weekend and have all your accessories that you need for flying in the backcountry. Tempest Aero Group for all your aviation parts needs. Flight Outfitters that do these great jackets and other luggage for flying.
Whalen Aerospace. They make all the awesome lights we see out here on some of the planes. Clemens Aviation, which all of us use here. McFarland and MT Props. McFarland is a distributor of MT Props.
Come say hi to Brenda. She's right here behind me.
There
She'll
she is
sell you
right
a brand
here.
new
Look at that
MT
cutie.
propeller.
Sky Cowboy, they're a supply company. They have a lot of awesome products, from helmets to lights on the underside of your wing, your 182. I don't know if you've seen those, they're pretty awesome. And Behringer Wheels and Brakes, I think we're all familiar with them. Outstanding. Not only they're one of the best brakes out there, but also they're the best looking.
So here come our aircraft in the lead right here, following our golf cart. Part of our crew, that's probably Brian Forsyth, they're part of the gang. Race 73, Tim Shellhorn.
44, Steve Henry.
From Nampa, Idaho.
And Brent Womack in the Rans S21, silver with the green stripes.
Race 15 from Denton, Texas.
And number 21, Kevin Palmer in the Kit Fox.
Your hometown favorite from right here in Reno-Stead.
And 22 in the other Kit Fox, Ty Firkin out of Idaho.
Kathy Page in a brand new Carbon Cub FX2, race 85 from Tucson, Arizona.
That was a great session, gang. Should be able to do donuts.
Well, we're watching a parade of our STOL drag racers going before a very appreciative crowd right here, Pablo. We're all kind of starved for racing here. Atmospheric conditions are not allowing us to do our full program as yet. We're on hold for it, but we had enough visibility to run a 2,000-foot course.
Absolutely, and Tommy, we're looking back here at some of the very close grudge match races that we just saw here over the last half hour or so. Here you see a couple of the competitors coming in. You see the where they tip the aircraft, turn it sideways, get all the drag they can on that slip. Here we see two competitors. This was a grudge match that one of the announcers, if the airplane in the blue wins, he had to shave his beard. The airplane in the orange win, he had to wear some goofy shirt again another year. So the announcer had a lot on the line here, and it wasn't Juan Brown, it was the other announcer with Juan. But here you can see the turnaround as they're coming back. Very, very close race here. You see them come across the finish line. They get on the brakes, the flaps are down, get it stopped, tail wheel down. Here you see this Carbon Cub in the yellow gets a head start over Steve Henry because his airplane is so fast. That 300 horsepower Yamaha on this aircraft is just so good. And look, you see there at the closeout, he even with the head start, Steve Henry got way ahead and got stopped and won.
real spectacle to watch these guys, kind of like saddle bronc riding in the world of rodeo a little bit, especially when they're trying to get these planes on the ground so quickly. The sooner you can get it down when you pass that finish line, the better your chances are of maybe getting a victory.
Right, and here you see race 43, Colin Caneva and Doc getting out in front is on the turn there, and you can see he finished way ahead of his competitor there across. There you see the starter. They line up. The starter does a countdown on the radio frequency that they can listen to. Here you see race 21. This was a particularly competitive race we saw just a few minutes ago. You see both aircraft stopping and turning virtually together. Coming back in, you see the wide aircraft. Race 22 getting a little bit of a head start, but 21 does come in the beast. That's Jeff Whiteley, and he gets in there. Here, race 11 in the very cool olive drab camo. They're called the Grasshopper. That's David Curley. He gets a good start there, but race 27 comes to a stop. Look at the turn, Tommy. I mean, just textbook right there by race 21 as he comes back. And here you see the slip as they're both coming in. A little bit different technique between these two types of aircraft and how they slow down. You can see the difference in the flaps on these aircraft, and then the aircraft make the landing there. And then here, this is really cool. Race 84, an old Cessna 182 full steel. Notice the tricycle gear. Most of these are tail draggers, Tommy. Tricycle gear on this aircraft, and he does make the turn. Now, he did get scratched here on the turnaround because he didn't quite get it completed with the different, and the winner here was race 53. Joe Dory in race 53 ends up winning this race because of the scratch. But it's really cool to see that old all-steel Cessna 182.